It is 2024. Today we're going to be talking about 3 different types of goals that I'm setting for this year. I am going to be setting some art goals, some business art goals, as well as a few life goals. If you're new here, my name is Leah. I'm an illustrator and character designer. My first art goal for improving my own art this year is to support other people on Patreon. I found that supporting other people on Patreon has been a great way for me to learn new techniques in my art. And there are so many people that I want to support this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to support all of them, but there's so many people I would love to learn through on Patreon. My second goal for improving my art is to invest in more art courses this year. I haven't taken an art course since I was in college. I've just learned through other creators, either on Patreon or free content on YouTube or Instagram. And I feel like I've learned a lot and I've improved my art significantly over the last 2 years, especially since I've gotten Procreate and my iPad and just been drawing more. But I'd really like to take an actual class, maybe from a Disney artist or a Marvel artist or something like that. Even as seasoned illustrators and seasoned artists, it's always great to be learning and trying to improve our art. As far as business art goals go, I have a lot more business type art goals that I have this year. If you already follow me over on Instagram, you probably know that I am a mom and I have a young son. That's his arts and craft table over there. And that I really just want to be a stay-at-home mom again. After my son turned 2.5, I went back to the workforce, I guess. I went back to working retail, and I just don't want to do that anymore. I know that that may seem like a very millennial thing to do, but I want to be a full-time artist and stay-at-home mom again. So one of my biggest art goals for this year, business-wise, is to just make art my full-time income. And I do have a husband who does work, so it's not like art will be my only income, but it does need to be our main income, I believe. Or I would like it to be anyway. I mean, a girl can dream. As far as making that a reality, here are the things that I'm implementing in my art business this year. I'm going to start from lowest expected income to my highest expected income as far as art things go. So first on the list is going to be my Patreon accounts. I do have Patreon subscriptions right now. I think the ranges that I have are anywhere from $1 a month to $7 a month, depending on what tier you choose. Some of the tiers you're able to get stickers and prints in the mail, and some of them are just general support. I think the $1 one is just general support, as well as updates on any courses or Instagram stuff that I have coming out. Patreon is a very good way to support artists and to learn from artists, and I think that is a good thing that I need to be putting more effort and work into this year. My Patreon accounts do have a lot of information that I have added on there. I do have some tutorials and step-by-steps, as well as free coloring pages, and I do send out stickers and prints every month. But I think I want to focus on growing that. I did put it in the bottom category as far as income goes because it's very inconsistent. Sometimes I'll have anywhere from 1 patron or 2 patrons a month to 10 patrons, but it kind of varies, and I haven't put the proper amount of effort into growing it. But I really want to focus on growing that this year. Next on the business list, which would be number 2 in the income scale, would be to start selling at conventions. And I'm not certain that this is something I can do this year, just because it's a lot of conventions have you go ahead and table register 6 months ahead of time to 8 months ahead of time, sometimes a full year ahead of time. And so I will be looking into that, but I'm not sure for sure if I can do that this year. I do want to start tabling at conventions though as an artist, because with that you can sell your products, you can get more people interested in you as an artist, you can get your name out, you can hand out free items as well to get people interested and have people sign up for your Instagram account as a follower. So I think that conventions would be another good way. I know that you can make quite a good amount of money from conventions, but that is another unstable source of income because you can only make money while you're at the convention. You have the ability to make a lot, but you can only do it while you're there. Number 3 is going to be growing my community and following as an artist. So I think as an artist, we really have to focus on growing our communities, either here on YouTube or on Instagram, or I don't know where else. I don't think that there's a lot of other popular places. Maybe Pinterest, growing our communities on Pinterest. But just growing our communities as artists, I think, is really important because nobody can support you if they don't know about you. So on Instagram, I've always kind of felt that the algorithm was very hard to keep up with. If I wasn't posting a new finished full illustration every single day, then I wasn't getting more followers. And I feel like I've kind of stagnated because of that. And there's a lot of people that can just like pump out artwork faster than I can. Even though I can go really fast, I do have a day job right now. I do have a young son who needs my attention and my love, and my husband as well, and our cat, and just so many things. So many things. I just can't post on Instagram 5 times a day. I just can't do it. That being said, I do want to grow my following this year, so maybe I need to take an Instagram course for creators or something like that, or try to grow my following more here on YouTube and send people over to Instagram, which, you know, I draw stuff like this. If you want to go follow me, that would be cool. My future art videos here are going to be about digital art and traditional art both, a lot about character design, and a lot about how to draw. I'm also going to be doing art challenges myself, so you'll be able to see me do some character design challenges and maybe some draw this in your style challenges. One of my goals as an artist this year for my business is to get hired. And by hired, I mean as a freelancer and independent artist. One of my biggest goals as an artist for some reason has always been to illustrate a golden book, and I guess maybe that's just when Penguin Random House reaches out to you through Instagram or something, but I really want to illustrate for a superhero type children's book. So, you know, if any of you out there are needing an illustrator for a superhero children's book, then I guess I'm your girl. But I want to work as a freelancer. I'm starting to really take Upwork seriously and like looking for comic book illustrator jobs. I do a lot of superhero type stuff and like comic book type illustration, but I also participated really hard in Mermaid last year, and I can do like Disney type illustrations as well. So there's a lot of different art style stuff that I'm capable of. As well as working for myself, I do also want to work for a couple companies and become more of a reputable artist. Lastly, for my business goals, I have been working on something so exciting and I am so stoked about it. And it is going live next month, which would be March, depending on when you're watching this video. It is a full character design course that teaches you how to build your own characters from scratch. In the course, I'm going to show you how to create characters your audience will love. Character design is what helps lead your audience into your story and captivates them, makes them want to keep reading or keep watching. We want our characters to be memorable, to mean something to people. And I'm going to give you the exact framework on how to do that. It is going to have sections on color theory and color psychology, as well as just design, shapes, all of the good things that you need to make awesome characters, as well as personality. We're going to go through costume design and just a lot of other really cool things. You're going to learn so much from this course. And if you want to get on my free wait list, which will also have access to my free masterclass at the end of this month, go ahead and hit the link in the description box below. So that class is going through beta testing right now. I am going to be having all of my beta testers give me their opinions on it this next week, like in the next week or two, and so I can finish it out and see exactly how to help you guys best with that. All right, lastly, I do want to talk about a couple life goals that I have, because I feel like I need to just put them out there and talk about them more, because with my entrepreneur stuff, getting rid of a 9-to-5, just all of this stuff and all of my art stuff for this year, I do have some life goals that I am planning for hard this year. First off is obviously my goal of being home with my family and staying home and just doing all of my entrepreneur stuff. Like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to be a stay-at-home artist. I want to just make the career that I want. I want to create the career that I want. And so that's what this YouTube channel is for. That's what my Patreon is for. That's what all of my eventual convention sales are going to be for. All of it is support the lifestyle that I want for me and my family. My second life goal that kind of piggybacks off the first one is that I want to get a kitten this year. Not just a kitten, but I want to get a Siamese kitten, which cost anywhere between $500 and $1,600 depending on what breeder you get them from. The reason for that is that we lost my 16-year-old Siamese this year. Tough year for all of us so far. And My cat's name was Sakura, and he was the best boy, and I'll show some pictures of him here. And he was my son's cuddle buddy, and Siamese cats are just very loving. They're very social, they're very talkative, and they're so sweet, and they got big blue eyes. And we just want to welcome another one into our home this year. And I've already talked to some breeders in our area and everything, and so we know that there is the options, like there is some breeders that are going to be having kittens again later on this year, and so there's places that we know we can get one from. We just got to make the entrepreneur stuff work first, and then we can, once we have the money for him, we're hopefully gonna get a little boy, maybe two. And yeah, just that's my second life goal this year, is to have just more love, have more love, have another kitten to welcome into our home. My son is going to be 5 in October, and he's never had a pet of his own. He's also never had a experience with a kitten or like a young animal, but he's so sweet, and he needs a animal that will like cuddle on him. And I need us to get a kitten that's like, that was raised from birth inside a house. We have another cat. His name is Keystone, and he is a sweet boy, but he is so scared of everything. And he was a rescue, and he was found outside when he was 3 or 4 months old, and so he has like that experience of being an outdoor cat and then being captured and taken to the shelter. And so he just still thinks everybody's out to get him, even though we were very loving to him and very kind to him and trying to make him feel welcome. He's a little black cat. He's just, you know what they say about black cats. He's a good boy though. So kitten, we're gonna get a kitten this year. Third on my life goals for this year is to fix our house. We have lived here since the beginning of 2020, and we've done some stuff, like we painted, but like not with great quality paint. We put a new door in, the front door, and we've done some stuff, but I feel like we've just put off a lot of projects, and I guess like everybody probably knows how house projects go, and there's so much stuff that I want to improve on our house. We need to renovate the bathroom, we need to repaint the whole house, the inside, not the outside. I'm not worried about that. But there's just like trim, there's stuff we need to do in the kitchen, and I just want to complete some of those projects this year. And being a stay-at-home mom and an entrepreneur and everything, I feel like I'll have more time to be able to do those things when I'm not out of the house all the time. And lastly, we want to start trying for baby number 2. I am turning 30 this year, and this is going to be the year that we get pregnant again. If you are an artist, I would love for us to be friends over on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me here. And if you would like to help support me on Patreon, go ahead and click this link in the description box below. If you're excited about participating in my character design course, be sure to get on that wait list. I will be sending out a free masterclass to everybody at the end of this month. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you soon.